Analyze when one weak acid is mixed with another weak acid. So the H plus contribution by both would be comparable, and hence it would become a bit longer calculation. The concepts are same. Say the two weak acids are HA aqueous mixed with HB aqueous. Obviously they are not going to react. Why? Because both are acids. So they'll have their own equilibrium. So HA aqueous is having an equilibrium of HA, giving HA plus and A minus. Similarly, HB aqueous will give H plus and B minus. Now say the concentrations are given as, say, C1 molar for HA and C2 molar for HB. So what would be the equation over here? Say HA dissociates alpha, so we'll have C1 1 minus alpha, and the HA contributed by, the H plus contributed by HA would be C1 alpha, and your A minus will be C1 alpha again. Similarly, HB at equilibrium after it has dissociated, it would be 1 minus, say, degree of dissociation is beta, and this would contribute C2 beta amount of hydronium ion and C2 beta amount of B minus. So these are the contributions. Now for Ka value of either HA acid or HB acid, the Ka value will not consider contribution from its own molecule. It will see the contribution from everywhere. So will the equilibrium be suppressed? Like last time, the weak acid's equilibrium was backwards from its normal dissociation because of HCl presence of H plus from HCl. In this case, will it be backwards again? Yes, the answer is again it will not dissociate as much it would have dissociated without the presence of the other one, because we do have a common ion effect, and H plus is not only from HA but also from your HB, and similarly H plus in the other equation is from HA. So that's the total amount of H plus ion. If I write the Ka for, say, HA, then that would be H plus multiplied with A minus divided by HA concentrations, so which would be C1 alpha plus C2 beta times C1 alpha upon C1 1 minus alpha. That's your Ka for HA. Similarly, Ka for HB would give again C1 alpha plus C2 beta, that is the hydronium ion concentration, multiplied with your B minus concentration, which is C2 beta upon C2 1 minus beta. Now since there is a presence of common ion, what is going to happen is your degree of dissociation in both cases, both are weak acids, would be very, very low, and we can easily assume that 1 minus alpha is equal to alpha and 1 minus beta is equal to beta. So what we have is my 1 minus alpha, I'm just going to write it as 1, and hence this is C1 alpha plus C2 beta, which is nothing but the concentration of H plus times C1 alpha divided by C1. I'm not cancelling C1 and C1 because of a certain reason. You may cancel if you wish. My aim is to calculate C1 alpha plus C2 beta. That's the concentration of the H plus, and hence I'm just not wanting to remove this C2 attached to beta, and I'll keep the C2 over here. As such, you can see that it is effectively two equations with two variables. Alpha and beta are the two variables and there are two equations. You can very well solve it. You can divide the top equation by alpha and the bottom equation by beta and solve it, or whichever way you can solve it as a two equation and two variable. But I'll advise you to do this way to get a solution faster. I would just show you a way of doing it so that it is faster for you to get the answer. Our aim is to get H plus concentration. Okay, don't forget that H plus concentration in the solution of the mixture is C1 alpha plus C2 beta. That is the concentration, and that's the thing I want to get. So I'm not going to destroy this bracket which is there. This bracket is having that concentration, this is also having that concentration. So I'm just going to do some manipulations. So I'm just going to do some manipulations to get my answer. So from this equation, what I have is C1 times Ka is equal to C1 alpha plus C2 beta times C1 alpha. And from the other one, what do I have from the other one? From the other one I have C2 into Ka, this time of Hb, and this is the previous one was Ka of Ha. So that's C1 alpha plus C2 beta times C2 beta. If I add these two equations, if I add this equation 1 and equation 2, what do I get? I get a lovely thing. I get C1 KaHa plus C2 KaHb is equal to, these two is common and this gets added, so it becomes C1 alpha plus C2 beta, which is common, times C1 alpha plus C2 beta again, so square of this. So that's a lovely line to get right. So what am I getting? I'm getting the concentration of H plus squared is equal to so much, and hence my answer, which is H plus concentration, will be equal to square root of C1 Ka of the first acid. Shall I call it as 1? K1. I have just written my KaHa as K1 plus C2 Ka2. The K of Hb I have written as Ka2. So this becomes in a nice formula format that your H plus concentration is C1 K1 plus C2 K2. And here we have just said that your 1 minus alpha is almost alpha and 1 minus beta is almost, 1 minus alpha is almost 1 and 1 minus beta is almost 1, because alpha and beta will be very small, which is very fair to say, because as such it is weak acid, and on top of it you are having common ion effect, and the ionization is getting suppressed even more. So this equation holds good almost all the time. So let's just do a practice question on this so that we know we have understood the concept. So say there is 0.2 molar 100 ml formic acid. K value is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 4 is mixed with, say, 2 molar 100 ml acetic acid, K for which is 2 into 10 power minus 5. Find the pH of the solution. What's the pH of the solution? So that's the question. So pretty much straightforward. with the concept just done. So I hope everybody gets it right. So hopefully you have done it right. Hopefully you have not got trapped into the small mistakes what you can make, the things which generally people tend to overlook. You have 100 ml of this, 100 ml of this, and they are mixed. So ultimately you have formic acid concentration as 0.1 molar. Why? Because the total volume has become 200 ml, right? The total volume has become 200 ml. So the concentration has become 0.1 molar formic acid, right? So 0.1 molar formic acid, and you will have that mixed with how much of acetic acid? That is also, it's a simple 100 and 100 are taken, so that the total volume is simply doubled, so your molarity is simply halved. So 1 molar acetic acid. So I hope you have done that first, and then since both are weak acids, you can straight away go for the formula. H plus concentration is equal to under root of C1 Ka1 plus C2 Ka2. In this case, it is 0.1 into 10 power, 0.1 is C1 into 2 into 10 power minus 4 for formic acid, plus C2 is 1 into 2 into 10 power minus 5 for acetic acid, under root of that. So acetic acid is a weaker acid, but I have taken larger, higher concentration so that you get comparable H plus from there. And you can easily see what we are having over here is a 2 into 10 power minus 5 plus a 2 into 10 power minus 5, which is a 4 into 10 power minus 5. So that's a 4 into 10 power minus 5 whole under root, which is 40 into 10 power minus 6. So under root of 40, square root of 40 would be 6.32 into 10 power minus 3. So that's your concentration of H plus. 324 something. Okay, you can be more precise. I'm just giving you values which are nearby. You should have 4 significant figures in this chapter. You should always be writing 4. And if you're using calculators, you can do faster calculations, but for test you rather practice with log tables. So while doing exercise, you can use calculators so that you're not stuck in calculations and you're just concentrating on the concepts. So instead of H plus concentration, pH was asked, so you can take negative log of this and you'll get the answer as 3 minus log of 6.32, which is equal to 3 minus 0.8. That's a 2.2. So the pH of this solution is 2.2. So that's it with respect to weak acid and weak bases. Again, a twist would come when you will consider one of the weak acids with the other weak acid as water itself. So I would like to give that question in the quiz, and it would be something like you have one of the acids, some acid would be given to you, say Ha, whose Ka value is in the vicinity of 10 power minus 12. When you have this thing, then you already know that you have to consider water also. This is the K value is so low, the dissociation will give H plus, which is not far from H plus contributed by water, and hence you have to take water also. If you remember the Ka value of water, Ka value of water was 10 power minus 14 divided by 1000 by 18, right? So that was 1.8 into 10 power minus 16, right? So if you have Ka value of other acids which are being as low as 10 power minus 12 and lower, you'll take water also as a weak acid, and in your formula of H plus concentration, you will have C1 Ka1 plus C2 Ka2. If other weak acids are present, you can extend the formula like this: C3 Ka3, and here your Ka of water is 1.8 into 10 power minus 16. So if, because concentration of water is quite high, so C3 times, which is concentration of water, which is roughly 55, right? So C3 times this, if it is in the vicinity of other two, then you'll take water also, you'll take the concentration of water also. So if you have three acids or 4 acids, the formula just gets extended like this: concentration of water times Ka of water. If it is in the vicinity of Ka calculation of other things, then you'll take water also. So be little careful over there. If the values start going really low with respect to C or Ka, either C is very low or Ka is very low, such that this kicks in, this value kicks in. So which is like value, right? I'll just give you the value. If the value becomes near to, what is your C3, what is your concentration of H2O, I'll just clear this a bit or put it on the side. Yeah, let me just give this value. Whenever water gets involved, it never comes in neat or even in mains. All of this is advanced whenever they start involving water or they start going. They compel you to take, not use the regular formula and go into the details. When they compel you to do that, that is all advanced question. So let me just calculate this part. If water is involved, then H2O concentration is always 1000 by 18. Even, I mean, this is a very accurate calculation of concentration of water when other things are quite dilute. So when the solution is quite dilute, when the weight of water, 1 liter of the solution, in 1 liter of the solution the weight of water is 1000, then this is the molarity of water times what is Ka of water. Ka of water is 10 power minus 14 divided by the concentration of water, which is 1000 by 18. So you see that when you do this multiplication, this gets fully cancelled with this, and this calculation is going to come as 10 power minus 14. So in a question, if they give you some weak acid is 10 power minus 12 and the molarity of that is 0.1 or 0.01, you are already knowing that the CKA calculation for that thing is going to be in the vicinity of 10 power minus 14. So water also has to be considered in the calculations. So I'll try to push such a question in the quiz and do get it right. Okay, thanks a lot. So this was weak acid with weak acid, a mixture, and generally it all comes in advance.